All right, good morning and welcome everybody. So it's a great pleasure to have you here on this 11th instance of Risk and Stochastics conference. So this is an annual thing that the LSE Statistics department is organizing, and for the last couple of years, last year and this one, we have the great pleasure of being hosted by Winton here. So we get a lot of participants also from the industry, which I think is quite a nice thing. And also we as you can see, the venue is quite amazing for such a well, okay, so academically speaking, this is a little bit better than what we usually do. So I will pass you over to David Hunt from Winton, who will be saying a couple of things about Winton, and will be chairing also the first session.
So welcome to Winton and indeed this conference, and as you've heard, please don't carve your names in the seats. Before I say any more, I have to make a standard announcement that we're not having a fire drill today. So if the alarm goes off, please leave the building and congregate over the road in front of Fitness First. So to today's event. Many of you, or at least some of you, know me, but for those who don't, I'm David Hunt. I'm Chief Scientific Advisor here at Winton. I also have an appointment at Imperial, but it doesn't actually require me to do very much, so I spend most of my time here, mainly because the research here is so exciting. Winton's a data-driven investment fund. I suspect most of you know this, with about $30 billion, actually now more than $30 billion under management. We've got about 450 staff altogether, with about 250 of them in research and technology, in 9 offices around the world. If you were to go round our research rooms, you'd see whiteboards covered in equations, just like a mathematics research institute at any university. Given that Winton's all about data and data analysis, it's entirely fitting that this conference on risk and stochastics should be held here. It's also fitting because Winton has got relationships with the London School of Economics. For example, we donate a number of monetary prizes for excellent performance in the undergraduate and graduate statistics programs. After all, we have to keep an eye on potential future employees here, and we only want the best. Previously, I organised an intensive summer research programme in which Chi Wei Yao from LSE was a key player. The data we work with doesn't just describe the financial markets. It includes satellite pictures, shipping movements, weather patterns, a whole host of other things, gigabytes and gigabytes of it. And then we analyse those data to work out what's going on and what's likely to happen, of course. We have to use cutting-edge statistical data science, machine learning methods. Indeed, we sometimes have to develop new methods to cope with the kind of data we have and the problems we encounter. Actually, I should be careful how I phrase that. Once I was rolled out to greet a group of visiting Japanese investors who were being shown around, and I said that the reason it was so exciting working here was that we had such marvellous data sets and all sorts of problems. They looked at me, and you could see they were trying to process what I was saying. Winton has problems, they were clearly thinking, wondering what sort of problems the company had and if it was a good idea to invest with us. I quickly backtracked. Marvellous data sets, I said, and really interesting scientific challenges. So I hope you enjoy the day. Our first speaker is Patrick Wolfe. Patrick is Professor of Statistics and Honorary Professor of Computer Science at University College London. He's also Executive Director of UCL's Big Data Institute. His research is very much at the cutting edge of modern statistical challenges in areas such as big data, high-dimensional data, time series, and networks. He's a recipient of the US Presidential Early Career Award for Scientists and Engineers from the White House. Last year, he co-organised a 6-month programme on networks at the Isaac Newton Institute in Cambridge, and today he's going to talk about big network data. Patrick.